When Mukesh Ambani came to our college, what was the qualities that you see in him that make average people very different from him? Because he is a millionaire. और ऐसा क्या है ऐसा मिलियनर में उनका माइंडसेट ऐसा क्या है कि वो एवरेज पीपल से ज़्यादा अच्छे सोचते हैं, दे आर लाइक मोर विजनरी?
This is a complicated question, but I would focus on my own interpretation of his success, because when Dr. Mukesh Ambani came to our campus, and he is the president of our university, and post-COVID it was his first visit. Before COVID, during convocations, he was a frequent visitor, and I had the pleasant opportunities to attend some of the meetings of Board of Governors of PDU in his own office in Maker's Chamber in Mumbai, and during his last visit. And when he came to PDU, what I have observed is quality number one is his humbleness. I think any successful person needs to stay rooted to the ground, because we are all Homo sapiens. We walk on two. We don't fly, we walk. And when we walk, we require solid ground beneath us to be able to walk. And therefore, being rooted to the ground is something that any leader should have. And I can bear testimony to it. Whatever little I have seen of Dr. Mukesh Ambani, he is the most polite, amiable, reachable, and humble person, which is also reflected in his dressing sense, because he wears very simple clothes other than professional setup. He ensures to exude that pleasant nature with everybody whom he meets. He meets as if he knows you from years. So that is one thing. Second, irrespective of being humble, because there might be many people who are humble but who are not as successful as Dr. Mukesh Ambani.
Yeah.
You require anticipation, quality of anticipation. There's a difference between prediction and anticipation. So any successful person, to be very, very successful and impactful, you require vision. So you need to think about what would happen 30 years down the line, 40 years down the line, and then work very hard. My classes, I talk about passion, I talk about purpose, I talk about perseverance. So once you have the passion, once you have the vision, but if you do not have the perseverance to stay stuck to your dream, then you might lose the race. There's no point in having a vision, having a dream, and not being able to articulate your dream into reality. So I have seen sometimes when we used to make presentations to Dr. Mukesh Ambani, we would be on slide number 2 or 3. But he would ask us questions that might have been answered in slide number 15. Because each moment of his life matters a lot, not just to him, but to his company, to his shareholders, to his stakeholders, and to the nation. And therefore, being able to quickly decide and being able to implement your vision into practical reality is something that I admire about him. And the third one is Indian ethos. I remember during one of his convocations, during one of our convocation, he said that we are living in a world of 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, but beyond that, all students need to respect their Pitaji and Mataji. Now, this is something that is very fabulous. Coming from him to students who are emulating him, it shows his sanskar, it shows his culture, and therefore any person who is rooted in the culture, whatever country one represents, I think that person is bound to be successful.